Well, once again, Camstudio decided to screw up. So this is going to be an abbreviated weather update. I did about 15 minutes talking about it, but when I went to record the video file, it said unable to open file, and I lost all the one that I did. So I can't. I'm just going to do a very abbreviated weather update today. Because of that, I'm not going to go. Well, I'll have to go over Leslie very briefly. But here you go. Here is the radar. We had some rain across the area. Nothing heavy. But it has gotten really humid outside. 70 degrees, dew point 68, and we have a high of 73 at Farmingdale today. If Toms River hit 81, so Toms River was a lot hotter. See, the dew points got up into the 70s there. We're going to take a look at Leslie. Leslie was a hurricane briefly, but it is now a tropical storm, and it has a very strange track according to the Hurricane Center. It's very unusual. It's tracking southeasterly. Really weird, but again, due to the weird steering patterns in the upper atmosphere, that's what's going on. We're going to look at the satellite here. Yes, they had a big snowstorm up in Alberta today. Actually, very unusual. It broke a 125-year record. Again, just more unusual weather going on across the area. Here's this front that's moving through. Here is a tropical storm Leslie. And now we got to go look at the models, and yes, everything. I have to do this all over again. Thanks to Camstudio shutting down on me. It doesn't even. I mean, how can it not? How can it lose all the information? I just don't understand how the hell that happens. It's really, really annoying, especially when I work so hard and put that all together. It's unbelievable. There's no excuse for that at all. I'm gonna have to find. If you know of a better free screen capture program that doesn't have, that's like Camstudio, let me know in the comments section, because I don't want this happening again. It's really, really annoying. All right, so let's take a look at here at the what's going to happen with Leslie here, right? And the site is acting very slow too on top of it. So here's Leslie. See, GFS kind of tracks it east. The trend is to track it east, southeast, and then it could be over Iceland. So it's very unusual. The bad news is the ridge does build back next week. It's going to get warm. It's going to get way above normal. Again, the carrot and the stick, the GFS toward the end of the period, has the cool, dry air finally arriving on October 18th, but I'm not so sure about that. Euro, let's go to the Euro. Look at the Euro, see what the Euro does with Leslie. It pretty much is very similar to the GFS. It tracks it a little more southeast and then brings it up right past Iceland, which is really unusual. Really crazy stuff, but this is all because of the jet stream. So let's go back to the GFS. Let's look at the jet. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm trying to rush through so it doesn't crash on me again. All right, so let's take a look at the jet stream here, and this is the problem. This jet stream is just completely. Before I do that, because this ties into everything. So we have Arctic sea ice minimum for 2018. So the Arctic sea ice is very thin. And it's also getting dirtier. It's probably due to all that smoke. And that means a darker surface. That means it's going to melt quicker. We have multi-year ice melting. And we have this. So this is what's going on. We're going to look at this. This is a map of the sea ice concentration. And you can see not only is it well below normal as where the sea ice is, but we also have very thin ice where the only areas of thick ice are the brighter, whiter areas. All the bluish shaded areas are very thin ice, and we are just I believe, 5 years away from having, or 5 years or less away from having what is called a blue ocean event, when there is no ice in the Arctic. And once that happens, it's going to reach a tipping point, because first it'll start maybe only for a week or two, then it's going to last for a month, then it's going to last for a couple of months, and eventually, over a period of maybe 20 years, there may never be ice returning to the Arctic. And that has profound implications for the climate, profound inflammations. And it means the jet stream, which is what we're talking about here, the jet stream. Let me find it. Where is it? Here it is. The jet streams become all weak and wavy, and they become disorganized. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a messed up jet stream that is wavy, weak, is not defined. The weather patterns make no sense. This is all happening due to climate change. And that is really concerning, and people need to take this seriously. And the other thing is, it makes the ocean temperatures way above normal. Look at these sea surface temperature anomalies, especially here off Alaska. Very major sea surface temperature anomalies all over the planet. Very little areas below normal. Everything is above normal, which is insane. All right, so this again is Leslie. There's Greenland, and this is the only area where ice is going to be left, and then the ice is slowly going to be chipping away here. In fact, you can see areas of exposed ocean even looking at this satellite. It's very hard to see, but you can sort of see it here. All right, so let's go. Let's take a look at our weather locally. Let's go back to the northeast, and let's look at the dew points. I mean, it's annoying to have to do this all over again. It really is. So let's look at the dew points here and see what's going on. So basically, the dew points are going to come down. We have this backdoor front coming through that will bring us relief from the high dew points that we're experiencing now. It's quite muggy outside right now. Very unusual for October. But we are it's just a brief respite because after Saturday, dew points come back up again, and they will be up into the mid-60s all week long until the weekend comes. All right, so again, way above normal temperatures. If we look at the temperatures, you'll see the temperature is going to be way above normal for our area here. So you can see it cools down for the weekend, but then way above normal again next week. I mean, we're talking temperatures near 80 degrees. Normal high is supposed to be in the upper 60s. All right, so that's way above normal. And this is also going to mess up the leaves changing too. So again, look at this week. Look at the bright pink colors over our area as we go into next week, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Bright pink, way above normal. This is not normal, but this is all due to climate change. It's not, well, some of it's due to the solar minimum, but we are definitely changing the climate. And I urge you to watch Paul Beckwith's channel. He does a lot of videos, very involved in this climate change problem. You know, it's a serious problem, and nobody seems to want to take it seriously. You know, we are losing a lot of sea ice, and that has profound implications to the climate. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing with the jet streams being all messed up and the weather patterns being all messed up. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more unstable. And there doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency at the national level with the media or with society. I see people driving these huge Ford Raptor pickup trucks that nobody should be driving, all right? Unless you live down a dirt road or have a business that requires you to have such a big vehicle, you shouldn't be allowed to own one, all right? I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be allowed to own one. All right, because you're emitting so much carbon dioxide into the air, so much greenhouse gas. Not to mention, those vehicles give off a lot of heat, too, when I walk by them. There's no reason for somebody private use to be driving such a big vehicle. So these things like the Ford Raptors, the big SUVs, they need to be classified as commercial vehicles. But it's never going to happen because we have a dumbass president, dumbass people in this country that aren't going to wake up, and the world is going to get more and more pissed with us in this country because we better wake up soon. All right, this is a climate emergency. I keep talking about it. People don't want to listen, and I know people are going to downvote the video, but you know, I don't care. I love this planet, and it's being destroyed. All right, we have to speak up. There's no reason for people to be driving these things. This all got worse when these SUVs and pickup trucks, just out of control, they need to be off the road, all right? But anyway, I'm going to shut up because I don't want to have a problem with rendering this video again. That's going to conclude this weather update. I wanted to make it a brief one, you know. The only other shred of good news I have for you, actually, at least, we'll go to the sky cover. At least we're going to have next week's going to have a lot of clouds, but it looks like for Friday we might have some sunshine, but we have this front stalled to the south, but as you see, for Saturday and Sunday, it looks like it'll be clear, so at least that'll be good. But anyway, that's going to conclude this weather update. I'm sorry about it coming out kind of sloppy, but you can thank Camstudio for that. And that's going to conclude this weather update. Take care.